The most important part of running pay-per-click ads is attribution. The most important part in 2025 and onwards. This is because the algorithm is so good at this point at finding people that will pay for your product. So the only two variables that you're really tweaking, aside from your app, your pricing, because that's all important, are the creatives and the attribution. The attribution, if done wrong, will fuck up everything. If done right, then the algorithm will work amazingly, do what it's good at, and find you customers. Adjust has a really good blog on what all these Apple privacy rules are. So I suggest reading this. Adjust.com/glossary/SCAD network-scan. And this will teach you a bunch of stuff, basically how it works. But let me go through this graph here. So first I would say pause this video, go read that. Once you've read that, come back here. Go. Okay, I'm assuming you've read that. So these are this diagram right here shows us how Apple's scan, it's SKAN, fucking, I don't, like, what does scan stand for? SCAD network, StoreKit ad network, okay. Lame. So how it works is very, very strange. Very, very strange. I'm going to explain this to you, and you're going to be puzzled why Apple would design their system in such a weird way that's so unintuitive and so confusing. So there are a few different postbacks, 1, 2, and 3. These are the 3 opportunities you have to get data back from one of these ad platforms. When someone downloads your app from an ad, you have 3 different times where you can send an event back and train the algorithm on that. So the first post back is any event sent back from the user's device in the first 2 days. So for us, since we're going to train on trial started or purchased directly when they download, assuming it's a hard paywalled app, like I explained earlier, we want an event being sent within 24 hours. It's really within 48 hours, honestly, if we're training with scan. It will be part of the first postback if it's between the first 48 hours. And then the event will be measured within the first 48 hours, but it will actually be sent to Facebook 24 to 48 hours later, sporadically during that time. Why? Who the fuck knows? Ask Apple. The second postback window is between days 3 and 7. And after day 7, then randomly between the next 24 and 144 hours. Oh, I just lost the course. Okay. Between the next 24 and 144 hours, which is 6 days, you will get the second postback events. And then there is the last postback window, which is postback 3, third postback. This is any event collected within the first 8 to 35 days, and it will also be sent 1 to 6 days later after the 35th day, which is very, very strange. I honestly don't know why they're doing this. A lot of people have said they've added all of these privacy rules because they were sued by the EU and they now have to do this for device privacy, but it doesn't make sense to me that they would need to do this weird fucking shit, dude. I don't know why they have to, but whatever, we have to deal with it. It makes it more difficult for the competition. So the first post back and second and third, for each of them, there is something called a conversion value, a low, medium, high. Pay no attention to low, medium, or high. It's really just like 1, 2, or 3. And for each one, you map a value to it. So we map install, free trial, and conversion. These are the only 3 events you can really track. And then there's a second postback and a third postback. In some cases, I don't know if Adjust does this. Actually, it might. If you get multiple events, it may go by magnitude. So if low and medium is sent, only medium will be sent. If low, medium, high is sent, then only high will be sent. That I know is how some of these attribution platforms work. So look into it for the platform you're using. Adjust, we're actually confirming this right now. Honestly, I wouldn't necessarily worry about this right now. This is more of the nuances, to be honest. But the first postback has something interesting about it that the rest don't. The first postback has these fine conversion values, and these are bits. Why are they bits? I don't know, but they're essentially just an extension of these other values. And so you can have extra events in the first postback, 6 extra events that you can't have in the second or third postback. The difference is with bits and the conversion values is that you have to hit a certain threshold of downloads in order for you to even get the value from the bit. What is the threshold? I'm actually not sure. Let's see if ChatGPT knows. Okay, so there is a threshold and Apple apparently does not send it, which is ridiculous. So if the bits don't get sent over, then it will fall back and only send the low, medium, or high. If you get bits, does it not send the low, medium, high? Let's see. Wow, so you don't get both at the same time. So Apple has this fucking privacy threshold that no one really knows what it means. And if it's hit, then you will only get the bits. If it's not hit, you only get the rough conversion values. So yeah, that is pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Honestly, it's pretty stupid. Scan. So everything with measuring scan, if you in the ad library, the cost per result, you'd actually see that it goes down over time because the first 2 days it will look completely unprofitable. Kali has revenue today. For the first 2 days, it will look completely unprofitable until the events start sending in, and then it will start filling, and the cost per result will actually start dropping. And that's annoying. It's very annoying. So the workaround that we do at Cal AI, Scan is very good for measurement because Apple won't overestimate the amount of people that go through. It will underestimate the number of events that this sends. It actually can be up to 50% off. So if your cost per result is $8, it might actually only be $4, which is actually an insane difference. It could be the difference between profitable or not. So what a lot of people do is they use something called AEM to train on. And AEM is Meta's aggregated event management system that basically it uses some IP tracking. It also connects to Scan or something and lets you measure. It's an estimation, so it's not necessarily as accurate as Scan, but it's for us, it's very, very close to being correct. It's not like the 50% off usually, so it's closer to the actual number. Still usually an underestimate from my experience. And it's instantaneous. You don't have to wait 3 days to get data back. And therefore, you can just start, the algorithm will learn much faster. So you have some homework to do. I'm not going to show you how to set this up because it's a lot to do. And honestly, I don't think I was the one that set it up for CalAI, but I would read those 2 articles, look into these. I would set up both Scan and AEM. There are tutorials online to set these up. AppsFlyer honestly may have more tutorials online than Adjust, so I would recommend looking at those. AppsFlyer is used by more people. We just haven't used Adjust. And then in terms of AEM, that's also something. If you're paying for this course, you clearly have some money to invest. So I would potentially look into consulting someone on Fiverr. There are attribution specialists on Fiverr. Attribution specialist. Facebook ads. Let's see. Most of these look like scams, I'm not gonna lie. Some of these guys might be good. Facebook ads, Adjust. I'd say low-key AppsFlyer because it's damn, these are actually flyers. Hey Siri, call Henry Langmack on speaker.
Calling Henry Langmack, mobile on speaker.
Here we go. Yeah, like this guy, AppsFlyer. Might have some Adjust experience. So you can find people online. I'm trying to call Henry because I know we found someone online. I think it was on Upwork that we found our guy too. Hey, what's up?
Yo, what's up? I'm still on the phone with Jose.
Just really quick. Really quick. The attribution specialist that we worked with, how did we find him? Was it Upwork?
Yeah.
Okay, sick, thanks. Peace.
Yeah, see ya.
So yeah, it's definitely worth paying for these guys because, dude, attribution is a headache and you need it to be done right. You really do. If attribution is not set up, your campaign will not work. You'll be super unprofitable. There is a strategy to pretty much ensure profitability. So I think I kind of hinted at this before, but okay, tutorial campaign, this is what we were working in. When you upload an ad, there is something called a custom product page. And this is actually something that you can abuse a little bit. Apple lets you create custom product pages for your app. I think this is fine to show. And basically, you can see exactly how much revenue was generated from the custom product page. So you click apps, you click your app, you go to custom product pages. You can create a new one. So create one. And then once you have them, I mean, it should literally just be the same exact thing. As you should name it something different, name it something unique. You have the link here, you can copy it. And then you put the link right in where it says custom product page. But then once you have it, you could actually go to your analytics. And you could go to acquisition, you could go to product pages, and you could find your custom product page. So we have a deep link for our paid ads, and we could see in the last 30 days, we generated $92,000. And so this is like verifiable, no bullshit. Attribution, as confusing as it can be and as much of a headache, custom product pages are the savior where at the end of the day, you can sleep knowing that your ads are profitable, even with all the noise. Because if you're running influencer campaigns and paid ads at the same time, you might not know how profitable one or the other is. So custom product pages can really cure the anxiety because you know, okay, you're not losing money at least. So that's great. That is what you should do. And you can make up to like 35 custom product pages. So you can just have a bunch of custom product pages for different ads, like one for every single ad if you wanted to. We just use one for winners and one for test ads, I believe. But yes, this is the attribution section completed. Attribution is one of the hardest things of pay-per-click advertising. And so definitely recommend either reading up a lot yourself and just grinding it out because, it's doable, or finding a specialist on Upwork. Save yourself some time. Cool. Let's go to the next section.